Hi there. Today, a bit more about two different experiences of existence, direct and indirect. Direct one is also called enlightened or awakened, and the indirect experience of existence, mentally processed experience of existence, is called human life. Now, what is very important is to understand that throughout the lifetime, each one of us, no difference, have both these two experiences, direct and indirect. But the majority of us human beings experience existence indirectly processed for 99 or more % of the time, and only for 1% or less we experience existence directly. But the capacity to experience both is in all of us, completely no difference. That's why we practice. We practice no thinking, getting away from the thoughts, to extend the periods when we experience existence directly. And shrink, on the other hand, the experiences, the time we spend experiencing the existence through mental processing. Because when we experience existence through mental processing, we're experiencing the thoughts. We're attaching to the thoughts. We're engaging with the thoughts. And the thoughts we engage with are determined by the karma. And as we all know, karma is a mixed bag for most of us. Some good ones, some bad ones. Usually more bad one, because it accumulates over successive lifetimes. So we're completely dependent on karma and physical laws of the body, because when experiencing existence through the thoughts, we experience it as a human body, identifying with the human body, which starts, which ends, which fluctuates all the time, depending on the state of the body. So complete dependency. On the other hand, this direct experience is obviously something totally different. There are no involvement of the thoughts. There is no mental processing involved. And even if the thoughts are still passing through, they're not engaged with, they're not attached to. So there is no center, there is no ego, there is no self. Experiencing existence directly is like falling into a completely different dimension. It's experienced much deeper. The experience itself is much stronger. It's got a very, very strong pull. And the more time we spend experiencing existence directly, the stronger the pull. It's a timeless dimension, spaceless dimension. No time, no space, no forms, emptiness. While at the same time, once we reside connected with this direct experience of existence, we can still experience all the mental images on the physical level. So the goal is to extend periods of experiencing existence directly, more and more and more. That's why we practice. And on the other hand, of course, shrink the time we spend experiencing existence processed through the thoughts, more and more and more. You experience this balance changing, this ratio changing gradually as you practice, regularly, persistently, day after day. The ratio is slowly changing. The time spent directly connected with existence is expanding, and the time spent experiencing existence through the thoughts is shrinking. And we're experiencing this pure existence, deeper and deeper, stronger and stronger, freer and freer. No start, no end. No birth, no death. No fluctuations. If you think back, look at your life up to this point, you will probably notice that there were moments, or even a bit longer moments, in your life when you experienced existence directly, connecting directly, bypassing the thoughts. It's happened to me many times during the lifetime, and I didn't really realize what was happening, but it was like falling into this different dimension, and I'm sure it's happened to all of us, more or less often. We usually don't really understand what is going on, but the experience is something completely out of this world, as we say. And because we don't really understand it, we are not sort of trying to intentionally prolong it or replicate it, because we usually don't really understand what is going on. These are all instances when we sort of bypass the thoughts and we are not centered inside this specific body, human body anymore. Example of that is, I think, when we fall in love, when we are very strongly attached, attracted to someone, we sort of lose ourselves. We lose this center inside ourselves, this self, or I, or me, sort of momentarily disintegrates, and this brings such a huge, strong pull in experiencing existence directly. That's why we crave to sort of fall in love, as we say. We crave to sort of get strongly attracted to someone, because in those instances, or maybe even longer instances, we connect with existence directly. We bypass the thoughts. We lose the sense of self, or I, or me, and that's this so liberating. It is, as I say, completely out of this world. There are also other instances, and I talk about them in some other previous videos, so I don't really want to repeat myself too much, as I always repeat myself. But it's nice talking about these things. It's nice that everyone can realize that all these two different experiences of existence are just available to all of us, that we are all capable of them, that we are all capable of being enlightened, or being awakened, or whatever you want to call it, or being one with God, whichever name you want to give it. It doesn't really matter. The name absolutely doesn't matter, because it's completely bypassing the thoughts, completely beyond mental concepts. But it's here, and we all know it, and we've all experienced it before, and we will again with practice for longer and longer periods, till we gradually but surely completely reside in this direct experience of existence, with the bonus of experiencing everything else at the same time through the human senses, but not attaching to it, not attaching to anything. Complete freedom. Anyway, you will experience it yourself. Maybe a bit differently, but about there. Thank you. Talk soon. Take care. Bye-bye.